Hi and hello, welcome back. Jana here with a new process video for our Sketch Saturday series, and I bought myself some new dies from Laura by Laura, and I will use two of the April dies and one from the Wonderland. I also bought some new stamps from Caramel Studio and a new stencil from All and Create. And I dived into my Wildflower and Honey stash from Vicky Booten, and this is one of my favorite collections, and I just hoarded it. It's my little treasure. But I thought it was time to dig into the collection and start using the pretty stuff. So my idea was to create some white details on that little dark bluish pattern paper, and I will use one of the new circle stamps from Caramel. What have I said? Caramel Studio? Let me check. Caramel Studio, yeah. And I'm just adding two stems across the paper. So I will use the little lines on the paper as my guide. And then I will grab a white embossing powder from Lindy's called Wowzers White. It's a very fine and awesome white embossing powder. And then I will heat emboss my background paper. Then I will grab the All and Create circle stencil to add some more texture and some more white onto my background paper. But first, I'm adding the embossing powder, grabbing a dry brush to get off the excess from the powder, and then I will just heat emboss it. I really love how the white is looking onto the black, onto the very dark background paper, and I'm sorry about any light issues. It's when I'm creating on a dark background paper, my light is going crazy, and I really hope it is fine for you. So now I'm grabbing the stencil, and I wanted to, my first idea was to add the middle from the stencil on top of one of the bigger circles, but then I thought, no, I will just add the middle part underneath the upper row of circles. And now I will grab a modeling paste from Stamperia, and then I'm just adding the texture paste through that gorgeous stencil. I will also add lots of white splatters, but I will do that off camera. I just added them right after the stencil work, so everything could just dry by air. And I just used acrylic paint, and I just added some water to that acrylic paint. And here you can see how my background is looking. And here I did my title on my silhouette cameo. I just wrote the word awesome, and I made two offset cuts. So I have two bigger outlines. You can see the tiny or the small thin letters on the left side, but I will not use this or them. And I heat embossed the word awesome with an embossing powder by Wow. It's a collaboration with Alexandra Renke, and I'm using Jenny's Sky. It's an awesome dark blue embossing powder with some white white details in it. Yeah. So now I am grabbing some tissue paper for my picture, and you can see I did a lot of die cutting. I used some Laura by Laura dies and some Alexandra Renke dies. I used some vellum, I used some white cardstock, and I also used some glitter paper. And I totally love how the die cuts, the florals and the leaves are looking. And this is also a paper from the Wildflower and Honey collection. And I am just placing my picture on the darkest area on that paper with the dark blue hearts. And I will also cut the last row off from that paper, and I will add a little fishbone, fishtail or something like that. I will just add little corners into that paper, in that paper strip. And then I will grab my scissors, and I will distress the edges. and I totally love how this is looking. I will place that underneath my picture, and I will place the hearts, the paper behind my picture right on top of that paper strip, and I will have the hearts on the same place. Yeah. Now I'm just placing my picture back on top and the word awesome, and then I will start to play around with all of these gorgeous die cuts, and I will just scatter them around the page, close around my picture. I will have some of them peeking out from the paper strip and some behind the picture. And I will also add a little cluster of leaves down on the bottom from the page, like the sketch is showing. And I just love how this is coming together. I love the dark paper against the white details. And I really enjoyed this process. And yeah, just adding some more and some more because they are all so pretty and I couldn't stop myself from adding. But eventually I will stop on one point because, yeah, enough is enough, right? So just adding, but now I'm just adding some more of the pretty golden leaves. And yeah, I really love how this is looking. I will grab the wildflower and honey chipboard stickers and the little sticker book in a bit, and I will fussy cut some more of these gorgeous colored butterflies. This is a special paper from the Wildflower and Honey collection. And now they are looking golden, but it's kind of iridescent golden. I don't know, when you tilt the paper, the color will change from the sparkling part or the golden part. I don't know. So, but I totally love that paper. You can see I added 3 more butterflies, and now I will look into the chipboard stickers and I will grab 3 bees, just because they are on a very dark background, and it's totally melting into my background paper, and I love how the golden bees are looking, but I will change the placement. Because I haven't used these stickers, yeah, I haven't used them, and so I was not sure about the stickiness, so I will place them on a piece of cardstock or cardstock, and I will glue them all down with liquid glue, just because I was not sure about, like I said before, I was not sure about the stickiness, and I don't want it to have the pieces fall off from my layout. And so I will just grab the liquid glue and I will glue everything down. But first I'm looking into this little sticker book. I will grab 3 or 4 hearts, but I think in the end I will only use 1 or 2. I will also use a Life is Sweet and all of the gorgeous painted scribbly leaves. And yeah, here you can see I fussy cut all of them out, and I really love how they are looking. And I'm using the leaves just because I wanted to bring in another touch of to the florals. You know, I wanted to add some green, and I really love how these leaves are looking against the white and against the black or the very dark background paper. Yeah, just fiddling around with the little details. And then I will stop on one point because I will glue everything down, because you can see everything is moving when I'm adding some more stuff, and that was driving me crazy. And so I will just stop, I will glue everything down, and then you will see what's coming next. So here I was thinking about that label on the right side, but it was too small, and so I will add the black chipboard sticker with hashtag photo of the day. And now you can see everything is glued down. Here's a little cluster I've talked about earlier. And I changed the placement from the Life is Sweet and from the bees. I added 2 on top of the picture and just 1 underneath the Life is Sweet. Now I'm grabbing some foam tape to glue down that heart. I will place that between the two titles and on top of the picture. And next to that, I am nearly done. I will only bring in some animal dots, and I will go with the green tone from the leaves, yes. And then I am done. So you will get some close-ups for sure and some final pictures. And yes, thank you so much for stopping by today. And I really hope you enjoyed this process. And that's it for today. Thank you and bye.